They're the showdowns that surpassed all others. This is Ashley with Watch Mojo, and these are the top 20 anime fights of the century so far. For this list, we're counting down the brawls and skirmishes across the anime landscapes that blew us away with their action, animation, and emotional weight. As long as they aired at the start of the new millennium, they're up for consideration. And as always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which anime list you want to see next.
それを回避する方法が一つだけある。君のその妹。君の妹を僕にちょうだい。
Ready for fresh anime? HIDIVE has you covered. HIDIVE is now simulcasting the outrageously irreverent and sexy Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, the highly anticipated third season and emotional coda to the My Teen romantic comedy Snafu series, and season 4 of the fan favourite basketball anime Ahiru no Sora. Catch these new favourites and more with a 30-day free trial from your friends at HIDIVE. Number 20, Ryuko vs Satsuki, Kill la Kill. Way before these sisters were battling it out against their mother, they were trying to hack each other to pieces. Both armed with their respective kamui, Ryuko and Satsuki ditch their embarrassments and break out their blades for a showdown that could only come from the minds of Trigger, each ripping up the academy as their life fiber synchronization continues to expand. Combine it with its booming soundtrack, and this mini calamity is a delight to watch, especially as Ryuko comes into her groove and holds her own against Satsuki. Number 19, Inuyasha vs Sesshomaru, Inuyasha. Two demon brothers, both seeking power, both thrown into conflict by the choices of their departed father.
Alright, if that's how it's gonna be, then I won't hold back either, bastard!
While maintaining a bitter relationship throughout the majority of the series, these two siblings were finally able to settle things once and for all as to who was truly top dog. Crossing swords within the underworld, not only do we see the pair of them both use versions of Tetsaiga, but a whole array of iconic moves that harken back to the series' retro predecessor, only now with a modern polish.
Backlash wave!
These two may never see eye to eye, but this fight certainly took the first step. Number 18, Everyone vs Father, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He went from dwarf in the flask all the way to the being that swallowed the embodiment of God, with all the perks that come with it. While his newfound immortality was instantly nerfed by the Elric boys, the father of the homunculus was still very much a threat, one capable of being able to hold his own against all of Central and pretty much every one of Ed's allies. It took the sacrifices of both Alphonse and Greed to give Ed the chance he needed to go all out and smash apart Father's physical body before cracking his Philosopher's Stone and sending the sinful blob back into the jaws of the Gate of Truth. Number 17, Eren vs Reiner, Attack on Titan. How fitting that the greatest of betrayals would be followed by the greatest of heavyweight fights. After suffering a breakdown and revealing himself and Bertolt to be the dreaded armored and colossal titans, the Survey Corps falls into chaos, with the transformed duo making a dash to secure Eren. From there, all bets are off. as Eren goes full-on berserker, shifting into his rogue titan form with every intention of breaking apart the man he once considered kind of an older brother. Every swing, every grapple, all of it has such a sense of scale, pulsating with the somber knowledge that humanity's last hope has become even further divided. Number 16, Escanor vs Estarossa, the 7 Deadly Sins. Just in case the Lion Sin of Pride's introduction left you in any doubts that Escanor is the MVP of the fantasy anime scene, then this battle against the Ten Commandments all but cements it. Despite Estarossa being able to heal himself with darkness, immobilize anyone who feels any kind of hatred towards him, and is capable of reflecting any physical attack back at his foe with twice the force, he still falls under the magnificence of Escanor's unshakable belief in himself, and as such gets a miniature sun right to the face. Number 15, Kamogawa vs Anderson, Hajime no Ippo. Ippo and Takamura may have their shining moments as boxers, but even their triumphs pale when compared to the unrelenting brutality of their mentor, who in his youth was forced to battle it out in the ring with a prejudiced American soldier, who had every intention of adding a little fatality to his victory. In response, Kamogawa trained his fists to the point of permanent damage, but in doing so, allowed him to deliver punches of such magnitude that he didn't so much break Anderson's body as he did shatter his spirit with only 2 blows. It's so visceral that it's almost beautiful. Number 14, Tanjiro vs Rui, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. Sneaking in at the last second to remind us why Ufotable are the animation gods, we've got Tanjiro's mind-melting second wind against the spider demon dead set on cutting him to ribbons and stealing Nezuko for himself. Nezuko! With his blade broken and his water breathing proving useless against the might of the 12 Kizuki's lower 5, it looks like it's curtains for Tanjiro. At least until he's reminded of the parting words of his father, allowing him to dig deep and unleash the Hinokami, paving the way for a new fiery dance that was so blinding to behold, it's no wonder it caused the mangaka to cry tears of joy. Number 13, Kiritsugu vs Kotomine, Fate Zero. One is a hired gun who will kill anyone if it means becoming a champion of justice and freeing the world from conflict. The other is a lethal executioner who will kill everyone just for the chance of finding a new purpose in life. Put them in the same room together, and what do you get? A battle of such intensity that it puts all servants and their noble phantasms to shame. Between Kiritsugu's accelerated reaction time and gunplay, trading blows against Kotomine's infinite supply of blades and inhuman reflexes, it's a miracle either one of them walked away from this alive. Number 12, Asta and Yuno vs Licht, Black Clover. In spite of all the magic knights, elves, and devils, there's only one aerial assault that continues to hover above the rest as one of the greatest magical battles of the series, if not the genre. And wouldn't you know it, it features both Asta and Yuno working in tandem. As the body of the half-awakened Licht goes on the attack, it falls to the Clover Kingdom's most iconic rivals to push him back. Yuno with his spirit dive and mastery of mana, along with Asta in his black form and unshakable determination. It's fast, it's furious, and just another reason why this series stands tall as one of shonen's best. Number 11, Gintoki vs Takasugi, Gintama. When odd jobs Gin fall out with one another, it's hilarious. When the former students of Yoshida Shoyo fall out, it's a literal bloodbath. With the life of the shogun hanging in the balance, the White Demon and the Black Beast let their inner savages out of the bag and proceed to nearly tear each other apart with their signature weapons. You haven't seen punishment until you watch Gintoki take a broken blade to the shoulder while simultaneously slashing with enough force to break Takasugi's entire torso with just a wooden sword. Number 10, Atsushi and Akutagawa vs Francis, Bungo Stray Dogs. Nothing brings hated foes together quite like the threat of a crazy capitalist with superpowers. While the Were-Tiger and the Vessel of Rashomon would love nothing more than to rip each other a new asshole, Francis F., in his plan to flatten their city, forced the ultimate act of cooperation, leading them to combine their abilities and let loose one hell of a tag team against the leader of the guild aboard the flying whale fortress that is Moby Dick. Turns out that all the money in the world has got nothing on a defiant orphan with one hell of a fluffy punch. Number 9, Luffy vs Katakuri, One Piece. It's the Straw Hat Captain's most arduous battle to date, one that pitted him against Big Mom's strongest son, a pirate of such infamy and power that not only could he use Haki to see into the future, but whose devil fruit was essentially a more versatile and capable version of Luffy's. Of course, there's only so much superpowered Mochi can do compared to the bite of a snake. After accessing a new form in Gear 4th, Luffy and his King Cobra were finally able to ensnare Dogtooth in the jaws of death, but holy crap if he didn't have to wig for it. Number 8, Ichigo vs Ulquiorra, Bleach. Sometimes to kill a monster, you've got to become one yourself. In spite of his victory over Grimmjow, Ichigo is woefully unprepared for the likes of the Fourth Espada, and that's even before he accesses his Resurrection.
You will understand.
You'd think after getting beaten within a blink, as well as a gaping hole blasted into his chest, that would be the end of the strawberry. At least until Orahime's desperate cries and his own inner hollow bring him back. Now taking on a much more fearsome guise, with little room for anything other than destruction. It's a comeback that's so devastating that you almost feel sorry for the Batman as he gets wrecked. Number 7, All Might vs All for One, My Hero Academia. Ever wondered what it would look like if the OGs of the Silver Age of heroes and villains clashed? Might look something like this. Stepping out of the shadows, the mastermind behind the League of Villains risked it all in a rematch with the Symbol of Peace, pitting the dying embers of One for All against an accumulated arsenal of stolen quirks. Pulse-pounding and inspirational, watching All Might push himself beyond his limits and nail his nemesis with the United States of Smash remains the pinnacle of this superhero slugfest of a show. United Number 6, Dai-Gurren vs. Anti-Spiral, Gurren Lagann. It's a mecha battle of cosmic proportions, one that saw the will of humanity, along with their gargantuan-sized robots, battling an extinction event given form. With Nia in tow, it fell to Simon and the rest of his band of crazy rebels to prevent the Anti-Spiral's single-minded goal of wiping out all life in order to halt the Spiral nemesis, which naturally led to a tussle of epic proportions, in which entire galaxies are used as arenas, and the dreams of all living things rest on the use of a giant drill. It's utter madness, and we love it.
当然だ。人間はそこまで愚かじゃない。
Number 5, Jotaro vs. Dio, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. It took 3 generations of JoJo, a shit ton of stands, and Jotaro's unbridled badassery, but finally the vampiric nemesis of the Joestar bloodline was defeated in the most explosive way possible. While Dio's immortal body, enhanced form, and time-stopping power of the world ensured that Jotaro had to go through a whole lot of crap, he and Star Platinum still emerged the victor, all thanks to a combination of some last-second time manipulation, as well as a punch that encompassed a whole family's worth of pissed off. How's that for Muda? Number 4, Netero vs. Meruem, Hunter x Hunter. We won't deny Gon punching Pitto's face in didn't make for a series highlight, but there's just something otherworldly about the King of Chimera Ants taking on a veteran hunter with one of the most staggering Nen abilities we've ever seen. Desperate to discover his true name, Meruem takes on the full might of Netero and his 99 hands of pain.
無慈悲の方向である。
As flashy as it is frantic, just when you've recovered from the sight of seeing the Zero Hands unleashed, along comes the reveal of the Poor Man's Rose to cap off a clash between 2 giants of their species.
積んでいたのだ。
Number 3, Saitama vs. Boros, One Punch Man. There are few things that encapsulate anime hype quite like watching the world's strongest hero tussle it out with a galactic tyrant who actually makes him put in just a tad bit of effort.
手応えあった。どうやら勝敗が見えてきたな。
Exchanging blows all over a spaceship, melting everything they come into contact with, kicking Saitama into the moon, nearly eradicating the planet in a single blast, Boros was truly a cut above the rest. Of course, like everything else in life, not even his unrestricted form could measure up against Saitama's fist. Though in this instance, he certainly upped his game, courtesy of the serious punch.
必殺マジシリーズ マジ殴り
Number 2, Naruto and Sasuke vs Momoshiki. Boruto, Naruto Next Generations.
一丁教えてやろうぜサスケ
Just goes to show that things do indeed get better with age, and that apparently applies to ninja as well, since years after apparently letting their children take the spotlight, shinobi frenemies Naruto and Sasuke left jaws agape as they teamed up to take down the jutsu demigod that is Momoshiki, with spectacular results. With fluid combat, dynamic teamwork, as well as a mind-boggling demonstration of just how OP these two have become since they put their teenage years behind them, this onslaught of animation might just be the singular reason for you to watch Boruto. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Goku vs Jiren, Dragon Ball Super. Harkening back to the glory days of DBZ, while simultaneously bringing its iconic battles into the current era, there's a reason why the finale of the Tournament of Power literally broke the internet. It has everything. A killer soundtrack, Goku once again obtaining a new form that puts all others to shame via Ultra Instinct, a blistering fight that doesn't let up for a moment. All before concluding with the unexpected, yet oddly welcome sight of Goku and Frieza teaming up to best the strongest fighter Universe 11 has to offer. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.